So I got to hear a little bit about why you guys were here. Some of these were the reasons: increasing sales, generating leads, acquiring new customers, rebranding or repositioning for a different audience. So what if I told you that women like me could help you reach these goals? You would not believe me because I haven't shown you a lick of data to prove that. That's a good thing. That means you're smart marketers. But what I can do is prove that you should trust me. So these women who look like me, what do you suppose, if you're a good reader, their buying power is? Yes! 1.5 trillion. So as mothers, they control about 85% of household purchases and have a spending power of 2.4 trillion. But a very specific group of these women, Black women, control the lion's share of total Black spending power, which is going to reach 1.5 trillion by 2021. So people of color hold a growing buying power in the U.S., with Black spending power growing 7 percentage points higher than white spending power. So a lot of you said you were here for the number, and going back to these goals, and now that I have more of your attention with that 1.5 trillion, what if I told you we're going to talk about some of the barriers brands have in reaching these women who look like me? And I'm going to slay effortlessly while I tell you about it. Here's a hint, I'm about to do it. Okay, so let's take a pause. I want to hear from you guys some adjectives that come to mind when you think of Black millennial moms. I'm also going to stand behind the podium and show you how fabulous I am so that you get an idea of some adjectives. So just shout them out. Yes, yes, yes. Anything else? I'll pose for you while I do it. Yes? Fashionable. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anything else? Ambitious. Awesome. All great adjectives. So let's figure these women out and get into them. Level set. So just like the presentation before, and I hope you got to catch it because it was really good. It was about millennials overall. Black millennial moms born 1981 to 1996. Nearly 1/3 of them are moms, and they're raising the most diverse, and in this particular case, the cutest damn kids on the planet, my children, but they're raising Generation Z and Generation Alpha. If you haven't heard of Generation Alpha, that's kids born after 2010. They account for 14% of all U.S. women and 52% of Black people, and are the most important demographic in the 2020 election. And we'll get into that a little bit. In terms of U.S. metros, New York City has the largest amount with 2.5 million, followed by Chicago, Detroit, Philadelphia, and Houston. You mentioned right over here the fact that you guys are from Boston and are looking to cater to Black women in that area. That is a growing area for Black millennial women as well. And last but certainly not least, 55% of them, as millennial moms, are asked about their purchase decisions compared to 39% of all moms. And Black millennial moms happen to be very loyal consumers, which is contrary to popular belief. But the thing about being a loyal consumer is that you have to make sure your brand reflects their community positively in all of your content marketing. And we'll get into that in a second. So we know that there are some barriers to marketing effectively to these consumers, and we've watched other brands fumble and stumble through marketing to them, and you'll see some examples of that in this presentation. But the most important thing is I'm not just going to throw at you a bunch of reasons that it went wrong. I really want you to learn why their solutions that they thought were solutions were ultimately problems or barriers to success. So why am I the one qualified to do this? This is my least favorite slide. I'm supposed to tell you all about me. So I am the #1 global voice for working moms. How can she throw that out as a claim? That's a really big marketing claim. We're all marketers here. Well, I have been called the mom of mom influencers, the exec inspiring millennial moms, and the voice of millennial moms. I contribute to several different publications. I clarify misconceptions about working moms for brands, from delivering consumer insights to helping HR teams attract these diverse professionals. And basically, I work with advertising agencies and research firms to ensure that millennial moms, not just Black millennial moms, are at the forefront of, their brands are at the forefront of the minds of those consumers. So my insights have been included in 4 books, This is not one of those insights. This is just my casual Instagram feed, but I just love that post. And I'm also the best-selling author of Can Mommy Go to Work? And because of my work with influencers and digital presence, I was asked by Senator Kamala Harris to support the Maternal Care Act, which is an act that is really close to my heart. And I created Mompreneur and Me, which is the first national free Mommy and Me professional development networking event. But most importantly, you saw how cute my damn kids are. I'm a Black millennial mom. Their names are Maya and West, and they're awesome. So now you can listen to what I have to say, and we can dig right in. So what is it about Black millennial moms that makes us so influential? Well, we are looking at ourselves in the mirror, facing our perceived shortcomings, and celebrating our beauty. We are overcoming fears and talking to our children about being Black in a racially charged America. We are unabashedly relying on friends, family, and counselors to get us through the other side of roadblocks. We are liberating ourselves from society's expectations of the ideal mom and paving our own ways with creativity, strength, and intuition. So in short, we are, does anybody know what the 3 words are? The big phrase? Okay. Black girl magic. You knew it. It's okay. I know you did. So originally inspired by a speech by former First Lady Michelle Obama, Black Girl Magic was intended to be an online dialogue centered on the achievements of Black women. Really think about that, online dialogue, because I'm going to come back to that point about how trends are set online. Essence magazine cites it as a term used to illustrate the universal awesomeness of Black women. And speaking of the former First Lady, she has written a book which has become the best-selling memoir of all time. Who do you think helped her reach that point? Her mom? Well, Black millennial moms is what helped her. So why are we magical, and how can brands capture some of that magic? Let's dig into them. 6 points, okay? So the first is we influence up. Due to their influence on other generations, influencer marketing firm FutureCast believes millennials are the first generation to influence up or influence older generations. So we know that about all millennials. Oops, sorry. Okay. So if you look at this chart about all millennials, boomers still have the largest spending power. But the generations that are pictured in pink here, except for Generation X, and I know we have a few Generation X members in the audience, we don't influence you. You knew that. You hate us. But everybody else in pink, millennials have an influence over. Black millennial moms are no different. In fact, we control not only what these other generations spend their money on, we're controlling our men, and we're influencing other races as well. So 9% of Black family households are multi-generational, and our role as caregivers and providers makes us still these younger pillars in the Black community and the principal link for sharing cultural nuance, traditions, and heritage between generations. Our country is also becoming more diverse as the years progress. So it makes marketing to these women impossible to ignore. And I can't stress this enough. I don't know if you've seen this family before or even heard of these women, but Black millennial moms, absolutely, baby hair and do-rag, have the power, bamboo earrings, to influence other races, acrylic nails as well. Okay? So I have a few thought starters and just moments to pause. So if you guys have a notepad and pen, awesome, because we're just going to take a couple seconds. But how can your content leverage the Black millennial mom's ability to influence across not only generations, so not only Black generations, but other races as well? Okay. So the next thing is that Black millennial moms are free thinkers. Companies that reported above average diversity on their management teams also reported innovation revenue that was 19 percentage points higher than that of companies with below average leadership diversity. So why should our free thinking spirit matter to brands? Well, first, there's a big lack of Black people in the advertising and marketing industry. And since Black consumers are paramount to sales growth, we talked about that 1.5 trillion number, many brands are turning to their employee resource groups, they're turning to diverse consultants and freelancers and multicultural agencies because diversity drives innovation. And Black women have proven time and time again, we saw the Kardashians, that we are innovators. Secondly, generational shifts in consumer backgrounds exacerbates the divide between a traditional brand manager who tends to be white, we just looked at how 4% of us are in the field, and the actual minority consumer. So that's a big divide. And then lastly, it matters because we're ambitious within our organizations as well. You can see 67% of Black women find themselves in a leadership position in their organization despite having that title. Furthermore, as free thinkers, we also have the ability to attend conferences and actually make an impact when we report back to our organization. So 43% of millennials who report attending conferences, conventions, and exhibitions do so for educational and networking purposes. It's no secret why I'm here. And 30% of women who attend these conferences the 30% of Black women who attend conferences and meetings targeted to their race, that's the highest percentage of any minority. This happens to be a picture from a conference in D.C. for Black millennial moms called the Momfrance. And I did want to show how we connect online. But also bring that camaraderie and that spirit offline. This is a video from my events, Mompreneur and Me, which are, again, the first free national Mommy and Me networking event for these women.
I wanted to be here at the Mompreneur and Me event because I think it's a fantastic idea to have a joint activity with a parent and child, in addition to purposeful networking opportunities for moms to be able to connect.
As a working mom or as an entrepreneur, we never really have a lot of time to take that moment to share time with our children. So this is a 2-for-1. They get a chance to have a play date, and you get a chance to network with other like-minded women.
The moment I met some of the other moms here, I'm already building relationship. And that's, I believe, in a business is very important. You have to build relationship with other entrepreneurs.
And do feel a commitment to the brands that happen to cater to moms and promote motherhood and promote empowerment and unity amongst moms.
Awesome. Okay, so furthermore, as free thinkers, we're saving brands as influencers. So here are a few Black millennial mom influencers and friends of mine who I think are serving not only as influencers, but creative directors for different companies. To take Dana Bolden, who was in Baltimore, now moved to Atlanta. She's a very big influencer. In the first half of 2017, she got $50,000 from influencing and creative she was a creative director for different agencies, serving as a quasi-creative director. That is Destiny, who is Mom Crush Monday. She has, I think, over, at this point, 250,000 followers on Instagram. Trina from Atlanta is Shop Baby Small, Watermelon Egg Rolls. Her account is dedicated to having a blended family in California. And Christina Brown is a very big supporter of Dove, and her account is Love Brown Sugar. So you've also noticed that I put in a previous slide about H&M and how they had their fumble, and we know all about that. It came out, I believe, 2 days ago that they started using diverse employees as influencers, which ties right into this. And this is a quote from the director of marketing for Unilever and the brand Dove about how their company takes an influencing relationship with mothers a step further. So, we've been fortunate to develop a partnership with parenting influencers that enables the brand to have a pulse on what beauty, confidence, and self-esteem means to real women and moms. Whether it's helping us launch a new product like Baby Dove, or annually listening to trends that matter most at Mom 2.0, or having moms join us to make an impact with the Dove Self-Esteem Project, we are humbled to be part of this powerful community of women who champion our shared mission in supporting issues important to women and girls everywhere. So, another food for thought, how can your company increase its efforts to hire diverse female professionals? Or, who are some diverse mom influencers you can partner with to leverage their expertise?